Hi, it's Dr. Harris Jensen, and this video is about labeling. It's a great technique to fight anxiety because we often get caught up in certain kinds of thinking that drive our anxiety, and we don't even know that we're doing it, and we don't even know that there's other ways to think about things. So why should we label? Well, here we see fine teeth with a lanceolate leaf and berries in a linear fashion. That's a chokecherry. And if I would have been here 3 weeks ago, I could have harvested them. But they make you pucker. That's why they're called chokecherry. They're very sour. So what are some other common thinking patterns that drive our anxiety and hoodwink us that there's no other way to think? Well, one is all or nothing thinking. Have you ever thought today's going to be either a good day or a bad day? Well, most days are in between. So that's all or nothing thinking. It's also fortune telling. That's predicting the future when you don't really know it. Maybe you had a bad day at work and you say, oh, I'm going to get fired. You don't know the future. Another issue might be, let's say, conflicts with a roommate, and then it feels like she just has it in for you. And is it true? Well, that's how you feel. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's reality. That's feeling thinking. And another thing that gets us derailed from good mental health is overthinking. Let's say you're a little late paying your electric bill. Well, you keep thinking about that and thinking about that, and pretty soon it's a catastrophe and the lights are going to go out and it's a disaster, and it's not true at all. It was created by overthinking. Another label you can pin on certain kinds of thinking is making mountains out of molehills, period. So let's say you have conflicts with the neighbor. He's letting leaves fall onto your lawn and you have to rake them up. And pretty soon you're so upset you just want to go over and knock on that guy's door and say, rake up your own leaves. Well, it's just leaves. But by overthinking, you've made a little problem into what seems to be a giant problem. Another problem is not thinking things through. So I once lived next to a guy who actually let trash blow from his place onto mine, and I was literally picking up his trash. I got so frustrated, I called the cops. The guy's littering. Well, in the end, they couldn't do much. So rather than worry, I moved. But I checked out the neighbors at the new place and made sure they were good, and they were. So that's thinking things through. When you think things through, you look at different ways of thinking about it, different options you have for doing something, and also the option of just accepting it is what it is. This is part of life in your area or town or neighborhood. So right now, it's fall. I really don't like to rake leaves, but that's just the nature of living in a town with lots of trees. So it's okay. I need to accept it and roll up my sleeves. Well, this is Dr. Harris Jensen with some common thinking mistakes that get us stuck and get us anxious. If you're feeling stuck, you can always call my office and schedule a visit with me. Take care.